course, the expectation I have for this thumbnail is not going to be easy. All right, let's try putting the smaller stuff on top, shall we? Oh God. Okay. How would I switch hands? Hello, my bookish lovelies, Kira here, and today I am going to be doing the pumpkin spice latte tag. I think that's what it's called. Yes, the pumpkin spice latte tag. I was tagged by Alyssa from Pagesandink. I'll leave her channel linked in the description below along with the original video. Thank you so much to Alyssa for tagging me in this. So the first question is pumpkin spice latte, a book everyone else likes to shit on but is delicious. So for that, I actually picked Mem by Bethany Morrow. This book actually only has I think like a 3.6. Keep dropping the books. This book only has a 3.6 rating on Goodreads, which is actually like one of the lower ones for the fact that I gave this a 5-star read. This is definitely open to interpretation. This book is basically oh my God, they won't stop falling. This book is basically a speculative fiction book about like kind of at the turn of the century where they create beings like that house bad memories, and you can actually extract a memory from yourself that you don't want to remember anymore and put it into one of these mems. They call them mems. And Dolores Extract number 1 is the main character in this book. This book is a little confusing because, and I get like why it probably has such low rating. It's got such a low rating, I think, because the past, Dolores Extract number 1's past and present kind of runs together. She remembers like, you know, things from her past, and Dolores Extract is actually an exception to a lot of the extracts that are out there because she actually learns beyond the memory that the bad memory that she has acquired from a woman named Dolores. She is the very first bad memory that Dolores ever had that she wanted to get rid of. Dolores Extract number 1 is an exception to the rule. And this kind of flows between the past and the present very fluidly, and sometimes you have to really like concentrate and really like figure out what, like whether or not they're talking about the past or the present. But I really liked this because I felt like that's really true to life. Like sometimes, you know, like our thought processes go from stuff that happened in our past to stuff that's happening now. And thought processes are very fluid between past and present. So I feel like this captured that very, very well. This is a very good book like when you're studying humanity or anything having to do with humanity, and I absolutely love this book, and I definitely recommend this. This was actually one of my 5-star books, so I was really shocked to see like that it only had a 3.6. I read this back in 2018, but I've thought about it like a lot since then. The second question is, fall is my favorite season, a cliche you can't get enough of. Okay, so for this one, I would have to say a villain finds some justification in being a villain because of a hard past that they've had. This is not a very popular trope. I've seen it in some books, like where they give a lot of the background on the bad guy, and you kind of like realize that this bad guy, like he wasn't born, he was created. I really love that trope. I love like the fact that, you know, it gives you a greater understanding like that there's really like that this person isn't really a bad person. They just had a lot of really bad things to happen to them, and then from like that they've kind of spawned into this person that has done a lot of unredeemable things. And so I really like that trope, and like I said, it's not a very popular trope, but I absolutely love it because it really adds dynamics and it gives a kind of a more human perspective to villains than just a standard, oh, this person's bad just for the sake of being bad. The next question is sweater weather in the AM and t-shirt weather by the time you get out of work/school. Book you thought was one thing but was completely different by the end. So I'm going to go ahead and refer back to Ian Reid's I'm Thinking of Ending Things. This was definitely started out being one thing and it kind of turned into something else, and this is a thriller that I never saw the ending coming. It was definitely something completely different from anything that I've ever read before, and I really just freaking enjoyed this. This was one of those thrillers that you have to read like over and over and over again, like at least a couple times, like to really get a good grasp on it, because like there's so much going on in this because it's so multi-layered that's really hard to determine like exactly what's going on. Alright, the next question is spoops. Do you have a spooky book on your TBR? I still haven't had a chance to read Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. This was a very popular book in October as well, and I hope to be getting to it soon. I have yet to read a Ruth Ware book, and so this is my spooky book that I have on my TBR. Tarot reading, a 5-star prediction. And for this, I picked a Brandon Sanderson book because honestly, I don't think there's been very many books like that I've actually rated lower than 5 stars for Brandon Sanderson. And I really want to get to the Stormlight Archives. I'm hoping to get to that hopefully like maybe next year. I know that there's a lot of books to go yet, so I'm hoping like I'll be able to get to that soon, but I'm really excited because I'm really dying just to read these. I've heard nothing but great things, and so I think that these Stormlight Archives are going to be a 5-star read for me. Alright, and the last one is Sephora Sage plus Crystal Set, a book that means well but missed the mark by a landslide. For this, it's going to be My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing. I was really hoping that this was going to be awesome, but it was way too predictable, and I think it meant well. I think it meant to be like kind of like trying to make you think like that what's happening isn't really happening, but what you think is happening is actually what's happening. So I feel like it really missed the mark as a thriller, and missed the mark also because I don't feel like it really like lived up to the hype for me as well. So that's kind of how I feel about this one. Well guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys liked this video. If you guys like this video, hit the little like, hit subscribe, and hit the little bell icon if you guys want to receive emails every time I post. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I am planning on doing movie and book reviews on my channel, so hopefully you guys will stick around, and I hope to see you guys again very soon.